Hey, what's up YouTubers? iCoach73 back at you with another quick YouTube video. And today we're going to do conditions of carry for a 1911. And I know a lot of old timers or people that are familiar with the 1911 are saying, oh, well, I already know the conditions of carry. Well, great, hit the bricks, man. Go watch another video. Go watch some cat videos or here, watch this video right here. It's a 100-year-old drunk guy failing a breathalyzer test. If you don't like that, here's another good video for you. This is a guy standing out on the street bitching at Cleveland Browns Stadium because his team sucks. Both funny videos. Anyway, for everybody else who's new to the 1911 platform or just got their concealed license and decided, hey, I'm going to carry 1911 or thinking about carrying a 1911, let's run through this real quick. So what I've got here is the old Colt Combat Elite that we're going to demonstrate with today. And she's already clear, so I'll drop the hammer, and what we're gonna do is start from the top down. I got magazine here, and it's not live ammo. This is some dummy rounds that I worked up on my Dillon 650. You can see that there's no primer there. There's also no powder, so all I've got here is a lead semi-wad cutter bullet in a nickel case, and this is kind of what I use to train when I've got people who haven't handled the 1911 before, and this is what I teach them. Or this is what I use to teach them how to load it, how to rack slide, all that good stuff. In any case, so starting with an empty pistol, hammers down, we got a loaded magazine. All we're going to do is pop this into the 1911, and that's condition 3. Quite simply, all that means is I've got live rounds here in the magazine well. The hammer is down, and there is no round in the chamber. So nothing can happen right here. There's no way to put the safety on. The way the 1911 is designed, when this hammer is down this way, it will not allow you to actuate this thumb safety. And you wouldn't need to anyway. Nothing can happen at this point. Since the hammer's already down, you squeeze the trigger, there's nowhere for the hammer to go. So that is condition 3. Pretty simple. Is it a good condition to carry in? Well, that depends. I looked at a lot of videos out there because I really don't like reinventing the wheel and just doing the same videos that are already out there. And the reason I did this one is a lot of those videos seem to be pushing an opinion. Everybody's got their opinion, and well, what I want to share with you, and the whole point of this is you really need to make that call. Depends how much you handle your weapon. It depends how comfortable you are with it. You're really the one that needs to make that decision. So anyway, is condition 3 a viable way to carry? Absolutely. What does that mean? That means if I'm carrying in condition 3, when I go to draw, if I had to draw, once I come up here, I'm going to have to rack the slide to get around in here. So from the pistol on the hip, I draw, I've got a rack, and now I'm ready to go. The argument against that would be, that does take a split second of your time. So in a life or death situation, when somebody else is drawing, you've got to draw, and they're ready to go, and you've got to rack your slide before you get on target. Does that quarter of a second matter? Well, it could. It just depends. But if that's the way you're comfortable carrying, that's good. That's also that noise, that racking of the slide is also a wonderful deterrent in and of itself. So there's the argument for that. Anyway, at this point, it's ready to go. Once I've racked it, I've got a round in the chamber. Safety's off because it was already off in condition 3, so it's ready to go. It's hot. All I got to do is get a finger on that trigger, drop the hammer, and boom, let her fly. I'm going to go ahead and drop the magazine, clear this back out. You're going to see a round come out of that ejection port, and we'll go ahead and move on to the next condition of carry. The next condition of carry is condition 2. So starting from a clear gun again, and we've got a magazine with ammunition. Condition 2, you're going to put your magazine in, then you're actually going to rack the slide. So now I've got my hammer back, I've got a round in the chamber, and my magazine has ammunition in it. Condition 2, you actually have to bring this hammer down, and you're doing that over a live round. So that's why a lot of people don't carry condition 2. They shy away from it. If you do decide you want to carry condition 2, then that's how you want to do it. I would say, standard gun safety rules apply. Make sure anytime you're handling it or anytime you're going to put that hammer down over a live round, you better have your muzzle pointed in a safe direction, and you better be really careful. I'd practice doing it with no round in the chamber many times first, just so you have the feel of what kind of pressure it takes to release that hammer without letting it drop, because that hammer drops on accident and all of a sudden you've got an accidental discharge. So what it entails is you can push this grip safety in, and then you're going to have to grab your hammer, and then you're going to have to squeeze the trigger, and then you're going to have to ease that hammer down over that round and bring it all the way down, then let your finger off the trigger. So now I've got a round in here, I've got rounds in here. So condition 2, when I draw from the hip, when I come up, I've got to actually pull this hammer back with my thumb before I can fire the weapon. I don't particularly care for it. That's because I prefer condition 1. It's virtually the same thing, but rather than pulling a hammer back, you're dropping a safety. The difference is a lot of people get nervous about this hammer being back in condition 1. So let's go to condition 1. Condition 1 is really simple. I've got the hammer back. Actually, let's clear it out and just go from your weapon again. All right. So we've got our magazine again with our ammunition. Hammer's down. So what we're going to do is load it up, rack the slide, and then simply put the safety on. Thumb safety right there. So that's it. This is condition 1. This is probably more people that I talk to that carry 1911 carry in condition 1 than in any other condition. You'll find people that are just nervous about it, like I said, with that hammer being back. But the fact is, you've got 2 safeties going on right here. You've got your palm safety or your grip safety, and you've got that thumb safety. Now the reason I like this better than condition 2, when I draw, it's quite simple. I've already got my hands on the pistol right here, so as I'm coming up, I'm already pulling that safety off and getting on target, instead of pulling the gun up and trying to fumble with that trigger or that hammer to try to pull it back. This also takes quite a bit more effort to fight this mainspring housing to pull this trigger back than it does to simply click this on and off. This is very simple to click on and off. That's why I prefer condition 1. Does that mean condition 2 isn't a viable way to carry? It absolutely is, if that's what you're most comfortable with. But I would say it takes quite a bit of practice to make sure you're doing it safely. And then that brings us to the last condition, condition 0. We're not going to go back through the dropping the ammo and all that. Condition 0 is simply taking this thumb safety off. Condition 0 is when the weapon is ready to fire. So in condition 0, I'm carrying like that. My thumb safety is off. Really the only safety that you've got at this point is this palm safety. A lot of people are not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with it. There are other. Does that mean it's not a good way to carry? Absolutely not. Some people might. That may be the way they want to do it. If they're comfortable with it and they're not blowing their own leg off, more power to them. To me, it doesn't take any effort whatsoever when I draw to go ahead and take the thumb safety off. So that's the way I prefer to do it. In any case, that's just a quick rundown of the different ways you can carry this 1911 pistol. Like I said, it's up to you. It's up to how comfortable you are, how much you practice with it, how much you use it at the range. That's something I think each person's got to decide for themselves. If you guys have any questions, any comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section. You guys take care.